Hey gang, it's Maria here from hockeytrainingpro.com. This is really cool because there's an article that the Hockey News did on battling ropes. They actually were nice enough to phone and ask me some questions about battling ropes, and then that's a picture of our guy Kyle Wilson in the Revolution studio working with the battling ropes. So pretty cool, and I'm going to tell you if they're good or a gimmick in just 1 second. Here we go. So how many of you see these battling ropes on the commercials, or they show the hockey players training and kind of think or wonder, like, I don't know if that's just kind of a gimmick. I know I thought so for sure when I first saw them. And then I was at a Perform Better conference probably about 4 years ago, and I did a workshop using them and really saw some huge benefits and some great applications for hockey players. The way we can integrate upper body movement, core stabilization, and then I've adapted a few things to even put some nice impulse stress through the adductors or the groins. So I find it a really handy tool. I got one because I thought it would be something different. I learned a lot more about it, and I find it really, really useful at all levels. So let me take you through a few of the drills that I really like for hockey players, for skaters, and for goalies. I'm going to start off with a goalie one. I'm going to take just a neutral grip, so a handshake grip. You can also use an overhand grip when you do some of these drills, but this is going to be neutral grip. And I'm going to, you always want to start by stepping forward so that the ropes kind of hang down level to your legs. If you stand back too far, it's easier. The further you move back, the easier it is. The farther you move up, the harder it is to make those waves. So the idea is you're trying to make nice, impulse waves all the way down to the attachment point. And I just have mine attached to an eye in the wall. Okay, so the first one, this is one I like for goalies because, again, it gets some good impulse through those groins. So I'm taking a nice 3 or 4 hip width stance, and then I'm going to do a rotary wave. Move forward a little bit. So then I'm going to do a rotary wave, so I'm getting some rotation here, and when I get that little rotation through my torso, it puts, my groins on a little bit of a stretch. So I'm here, and then a rotary wave, and I'm trying to move my arms together. In this case, I'm just going over about a 90-degree rotation, and I'm getting a little bit of movement through my shoulders, but really the movement, or through my thoracic spine, but I'm generating the movement from my shoulders and from my rotators. I'm putting a little bit of stress through my hips as I go. I can do a similar thing, and this would be one I would use a little bit more with skaters, but it still has its benefit for goalies. So I'd be here more in my skater stride with this hip extended, and then again, my rotary wave. So staying low in the legs, getting a little stretch through there while I'm using my upper body. I really like that exercise too because it requires a lot of core stabilization from that low power skating position. Now I'm going to take my overhand grip. The other thing about the rope, you can get different diameters, but you'll see once you use it that your forearms really are doing a lot of work too. So we don't ever do forearm curls or anything like that. I haven't done those for quite a few years. We'll use the rope instead, or even sled pulls using the rope. But this is a staggered stance. So again, I'm going to get nice and low in my legs. I'm going to get very comfortable to being in this low position so that I'm comfortable staying there during my entire shift on the ice. And then I'm just going to do a double wave with an overhand grip. So again, I'm trying to dynamically stabilize my torso. I don't want to be generating the wave here. I'm stabilizing, and I'm using my upper body. And then you can vary it. So you can do quick little waves, or you can try big waves. I'm going to move up a little bit for these big waves that require a lot more force. And when you do those, we look too to see that you're not shrugging each time. You're keeping that good core stabilization. Call that one the chuck wagon. This is an alternate wave with a reverse lunge. So a lot going on. I got to keep driving with my legs, using my arms, dynamically stabilizing with my torso. Let me show you what it looks like. It's going to be alternate wave, so hammer the drums, right? Trying to send those waves straight up and down while I keep my alternate reverse lunge and not letting my knees or hips roll around, just staying perfectly stable. So if you're wondering if the rope is good or a gimmick, it's good. I love it because it requires strength. It requires stability. You can adjust it so it requires more or less power. You can use it as an energy system exercise. I just strung together a bunch of those exercises for the video, so I was probably going for a couple minutes, and I'm winded, but also my arms are tired, my shoulder stabilizers are working, my legs are working. So you can really add it in even to energy system training and get a great functional benefit. So again, I give it 2 thumbs up. It's small, it's compact. I can just wind it up and leave it on the wall. Lots of different things I can do. Everybody enjoys working with it because it is different, because it kind of has that cool factor, but it has great benefits. So this is Maria from hockeytrainingpro.com, where my mission is to help 10,000 players win more games with fewer injuries, even if you don't have the genetic gifts or the natural ability of your competitors. And I'll see you next time.